All right, welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. Today we've got something really special, especially for the younger viewers out there. But honestly, you parents are going to get a lot out of this too. We're diving into a beautiful, timeless story called Little Ahmed and the Path of Truth. It's all about the real power of honesty. Let's get right into it.
Now, I want to talk directly to the kids watching right now. Have you ever felt so scared of getting in trouble that you actually thought about, well, telling a lie? You know that exact feeling, right? Your heart starts beating super fast, your palms get sweaty, and your brain is just screaming, hey, maybe if I just say I didn't do it, I'll be totally safe. Well, today we're going to meet someone who is faced with that exact same choice. Let's see how he handled it.
Section 1. Ahmed's Mischief. So let's meet our protagonist, Ahmed. He's this incredibly smart, wonderful kid who, like a lot of us, absolutely loves a good bit of mischief. But the really interesting thing about Ahmed, his mom spent a lot of time teaching him one absolutely golden rule: always tell the truth. That was the status quo of his everyday life, a happy, playful boy with a really strong moral foundation.
But, knowing the rules and actually following them in the heat of the moment, yeah, those are two totally different things. His mom had set this really clear, absolutely crucial rule. She specifically warned him, saying, "Son, don't play with the ball inside the house. Something might break." It's a pretty standard house rule, right? But this is literally the most important detail for our story today, because Ahmed had been explicitly told about the dangers of playing indoors.
Moving on to Section 2, a big mistake. Because, let's be real, a story isn't much of a story without a little bit of trouble, right? Things were about to take a sudden turn, and Ahmed's peaceful afternoon was about to get unbelievably stressful.
The source material shows us that Ahmed was just totally lost in his game. He wasn't trying to be a bad kid or anything. He was just having so much fun that he completely forgot his mom's warning. He's bouncing his favorite ball, throwing it hard against the living room wall. Just bounce, catch, until, on one really hard throw, the ball bounces off at this totally weird angle, heading straight for his mom's absolute favorite glass vase resting on the table. Crash! The sound just echoed through the entire room. That beautiful glass vase hit the floor and literally shattered into a million tiny pieces. And just like that, Ahmed's perfect, playful day was over. The game stopped, and reality came crashing down just as hard as that vase did. Which brings us to Section 3. Truth or lie? Ahmed just freezes. Put yourself in his shoes for a second. His heart is racing, pounding right out of his chest. Absolute panic is setting in over what his mom is going to do. He knows how much she loved that vase, and worse, he knows she specifically told him not to play with the ball indoors. This is absolutely the emotional low point of his journey. He is stuck in this massive internal dilemma. On one side, you've got the easy way out, telling a lie. He's thinking, okay, what if I just say the vase fell on its own? Or, hey, maybe I could say the cat knocked it over. But then, on the other side, is the hard path, telling the truth, admitting, I broke it. It's like a giant puzzle in his head. Does he protect himself with a completely made-up story, or does he actually own up to his mistake?
Right in the middle of all this intense panic, he hears footsteps. His mom heard that massive noise and came hurrying right into the room. She looks down at the floor, sees her gorgeous vase in pieces, looks incredibly sad, and asks the ultimate, terrifying question. Ahmed, how did this vase break?
Ahmed hesitated, just for a split second. But then, it's like a guiding light goes off in his mind. He remembered this really powerful teaching from our beloved prophet, peace be upon him. Truth leads to salvation, and falsehood leads to destruction. In his absolute toughest moment, this profound hadith acted like his moral compass. It reminded him that sure, a lie might seem like a super easy escape hatch right now, but it's only going to bring disaster down the road.
And that brings us to the climax in Section 4, a mother's love. Is he going to listen to his fear, or is he going to stick to the truth? Let's see what Ahmed decides to do next.
I really want to walk you guys through the physical steps of bravery here. Because being brave, it isn't just a feeling inside your head, it's an actual action. First, Ahmed closed his eyes to just block out the fear. Second, he took a really deep breath to calm his racing heart. And third, he bowed his head in respect and shame, and he actually spoke the truth. He said, "Mom, please forgive me. You told me not to, but I was playing with the ball in the house. I broke this vase, and I am so ashamed."
So Ahmed naturally braces himself, right? He's absolutely sure he's about to get a massive scolding. But then, we get this totally surprising twist.
Instead of anger, instead of shouting, his mom actually reaches out and embraces him with so much love. She just gives him a huge, tight hug. Now, what's genuinely amazing here is her reasoning. Why didn't she completely lose it? She smiled and said, "Son, I am definitely sad that the vase broke. But I am way happier that even though you were terrified, you told the truth. In our faith, Allah loves those who speak the truth. And because you were honest, I forgive you." She saw his internal battle and rewarded that honesty. And right in that moment, Ahmed promised he would always listen to her and always stick to the truth.
Heading into our final section, lessons for us. This is a wonderfully heartwarming story, but it's way more than just a tale about a broken vase. These are incredibly practical takeaways that every single viewer can apply to their own life today.
Let's clearly break down the two main morals we've uncovered from the source material. First up, truth brings blessings. When we actually speak the truth, especially when it's super hard to do, we receive help and our difficulties actually become easier to manage. Just look at how Ahmed's mom softened her anger. And the second lesson, admitting mistakes is a good thing. Listen, everybody messes up. You will, I will, we all will. But a truly brave person, that's someone who can stand up, admit their fault, and ask for forgiveness. That is a real game changer.
And that wraps up today's explainer. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over. Kids, looking at everything little Ahmed just went through and seeing just how brave he was, do you promise to always tell the truth too, even when it's absolutely terrifying? Because at the end of the day, the path of truth is always the right path. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep learning, keep being honest, and I will see you on the next explainer.